Hey guys, Shaun back with another weekend one-off for playing Castlevania Harmony of Despair while the Castlevania Marathon is currently going on the Twitch channel. I thought, why not play this for a bit on the YouTube channel. Castlevania Harmony of Despair was released on originally Xbox 360. It's a multiplayer-focused Castlevania game with up to 6 players multiplayer. It was ported to the PS3 like a year or so later. And the PS3 version has a couple of extra additions. You can play 4-player local co-op, which I don't think was supported on the Xbox version. And it also came with the first extra chapter DLC, Chapter 7, and a couple of extra characters. I can't remember who they were. I think maybe Yoko and Julius, maybe? I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to run through a bit of this and see what we got. So I've played this game a bunch. I have almost everything. I don't have the Chapter 11 DLC at this point because I don't find it fun. Like, I've done all of these. These are my fastest times on all of them, and I've got hard mode. Is that under a minute? What the hell did I manage to do this in under a minute? But we're going to go through the first 6 chapters, because these are essentially the way the game works. And then Dracula. And let's have a bit of fun. The amount of time I've spent as each character, over 24 hours playing as Soma, jeez. And I still never got the weapon I wanted. It never dropped. So let's play as Richter, because I like Richter.
Let's go.
Let's take a look at the equipment we have. That's fine. That's all good. It's all high-level equipment, because you cannot play hard mode without some pretty high-level equipment. Yeah, let's have a look. It's a pretty fun game. I spent a lot of time on this, so it was a decent game to just relax with, have a bit of fun, play online with some randoms. There we go. And I enjoy Castlevania. Absolutely nothing in this game is original. Everything you see in this game comes from a different Castlevania game. The enemy sprites, the character sprites, the backgrounds, they all come from somewhere. That noise comes from somewhere. So, with this, what we have to do is circle around up here, pull that lever to drain the water into here so we can get across. Can I get across here with Richter? If I get the merman into a good position, then maybe. No, I'll have to open it up. Alright. So the reason I've got more time as Soma than anybody else is the game is broken for Soma. It's slightly less broken for Alucard. But, like, the game's designed as a co-op game, so you'll get the most out of it by playing co-op, and playing co-op opens up a lot of ease of access stuff. Having more people makes things more... Everybody can be doing different stuff. There's some stuff that is designed for 2 people to do, 2 or more people. Soma can do pretty much everything himself. So that's Gurgoth, the boss, shooting us from across the stage. Okay, so now we can get out of there. Okay, so with multiplayer you would have potentially some people waiting here for somebody to pull that switch, and then they can go in there and start climbing up the boss room, while whoever opened this would head up this way and head into the boss room a different way. Which is a design I really like. It's like, the last time I played this was last year, the year before maybe, and there were still people playing it. It's a fun game, and like, Konami doesn't really put a lot of effort into a lot of their releases these days. Like, the Castlevania Requiem collection on PS4 was a pretty low-effort upscaling of the PSP releases of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. The most effort that was put into the entire thing was taking Dracula X Chronicles out of it, for some reason. Because that would have added more value to it if you got the 3D remake of Rondo of Blood with it. But, yeah, that's the thing. But if they release this on PS4, Xbox One, as like a definitive edition or something... Open the chest, jeez. Like, included all DLC, put it as a good price. Like, I think you could get a bunch of people playing this, because there are still Castlevania fans. And no other Castlevania game like this exists. Like, yeah, everything in this game is taken from somewhere else. It's kind of a low-effort design in a bunch of ways, but it is still really fun to play with friends. So it'd be really, really good if they do something like that. They probably won't, though. I'd be amazed if we see more of Castlevania after... since the Anniversary Collection came out. It'd be a great idea for Konami to do some kind of collection of the Metroidvania games. Very much doubt that they will. So this is why you want somebody going down into the boss room from below. Because Gurgoth breaks the floor halfway through, and then you have to deal with every monster that you haven't killed on the way up. So going in through the top is faster. But on multiplayer, and especially on hard mode, you want people taking care of these guys. Because the difference between normal mode and hard mode is absurd. Like, hard mode is so much harder.
Die, monster!
There we go. You get to the end, you get the chest that's opened up. The level ends when somebody opens the chest. Everybody gets something out of the chest. And what you get is random. There was a bunch of consideration at, back when people played this game. People probably still play this game, but back when there were a lot of people playing this game, there was a bunch of consideration on what exactly affects what drops. And there was the thought that whoever opens the chest is determined off their luck stat, or like various stuff. Wow, Charlotte is the only character I've never played as. Wow. Let's play Simon for this one. But I think in the end the consensus was it's the looks, the drop from the final chest is based on the luck stat of whoever gets the final hit on the boss. But I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played this game seriously.
You too shall be my puppets.
So... this entire stage is based on Dawn of Sorrow. That boss, the Puppet Master, is a boss from Dawn of Sorrow. I think the music in this game is actually original. It's all new versions of classic Castlevania themes, but I think they were composed for this version of the game, for this game. We're playing as Simon, which is actually the sprite Simon has in the original Castlevania. It's kind of neat, although with the picture showing Castlevania Chronicles Simon with the Kojima design, it's kind of disappointing that it's actually Castlevania 1 Simon and not a different rendition. So this stage has a thing that you really want to take advantage of. There are these Iron Maidens all around, and you want to block as many of them as you can before you go into the boss with these boxes. Not all of them can be blocked. There we go. Because the Puppet Master can... Where is it? It's still in the centre. The Puppet Master can move. Damn. So that's something you want 2 people for, which means I'm going to have to go around. The Puppet Master can move during the boss fight out of the boss room. And it becomes a pain to deal with because what the attack does, he will start to summon a puppet, and he'll put a puppet into one of the Iron Maidens, and if it ends, the puppet gets in there, then it will switch places with one of the players. And the player will be in the Iron Maiden, and it does a bunch of damage. On hard mode, it's, I think, almost a guaranteed instant kill. So you really want to block as many as possible. There are actually 3 starting positions. No, there's 2 starting positions. We started in the bottom right. You can also start in the top left. And if you play multiplayer, then characters will be split between the 2 of them. And most stages have at least 2 places to spawn. Although some don't, some have everybody start in one place. Like Chapter 5 has everybody start in one place. Okay, I want to try and find my way to the Puppet Master. Yeah, there we go. I was hoping that'd be what that'd do. Opened up this, but we can't get across there with Simon. It's not going to work. Alright, so going round. I'd have to look into it. But if people still play this, it's worth, if you're into this kind of game, picking it up to play co-op. The biggest problem with that, and part of the reason why I ended up losing interest eventually, is that a lot of people who are playing it online only want to play 2 levels. Chapter 10 and Chapter 11 on hard mode. Because those 2 levels drop some of the best equipment. And the number of times I ran through Chapter 10 on hard mode. I don't like Chapter 10 on hard mode. I don't really like Chapter 10. I like Chapter 10 in concept. I don't like Chapter 10 in actual design. Playing it is a pain. And what I wanted from that was playing the Soma or Alucard, a sword called the Valman Way +1, which does a bunch of damage, and you can use it while moving. You don't stop to use it, like, we stop to attack. The Valman Way? No. And it does good damage. And so the number of times I ran through that level hoping to get that, and it never dropped. Part of the reason why I hate luck-based drops like that. Sometimes it'll just work against you. Okay, so I can't go down there without another person. What are these video glitches that are happening to me? There we go. Jump, kick off bone pillars like this and you can climb them without destroying them, which can be pretty useful. Okay, that opened that up, so we head back. Well, if you can get a couple of friends together for this, it's a lot of fun. There's a grindy nature to it, especially if you're doing hard mode. But like, if you don't really bother with hard mode, or you get some friends that are into repeated playthroughs of stuff like this, then there is a lot of fun to be had. Okay, that's the switch I'm after. That opens the boss room. Each stage also has a time limit, and the time limit is your biggest enemy. Not because stages are hard to do in the time limit, but because if a player dies, then they turn into a skeleton. If the skeleton the player is dies... Okay, I can't do anything with that. If the skeleton player dies, you lose 3 minutes.
I need only right inside here.
There we go.
I need only right inside here.
So never let him do that. Always focus on the puppet. Okay, now he's moving and we want to kill him before he gets anywhere. Oh, that's not good. All my magic's gone. No! Oh, that was close. So he's moving to this one. He'll always move to another Iron Maiden. Weird bit of slowdown there. And try and put you in one of the Iron Maidens. Chapter 2. So, Chapter 3 is kind of the... What's this? Brawner, Death, Dracula. Chapter 3, the boss of this level, just... No, let's not play as Shanoa for this level. Let's do Julius.
Let's be off!
Do we have everything set up for Julius? Alright. Julius has a unique thing in that he can throw his whip in 8 directions like Simon could in Super Castlevania 4. He can also swing from certain points. So the biggest problem with this stage is entirely the boss. Oh, I forgot about the mushrooms that can poison you. If you're a big Castlevania fan, the big appeal of this game is the music. Because it's fantastic. So Julius can swing from these. He is one of 2 characters that can interact with them. Because if you've ever played Order of Ecclesia, you'll recognise those as the magnet points that Shanoa can use. Shanoa can interact with them, and so can Julius. And that's it. There you go. Damn bones. Alright, so grab the chest. Pull this switch to knock that out. That will be helpful later. Gotta watch out for cave trolls. That is a giant hammer. And these damn imps. The giant hammer is really useful in this boss fight. It requires a second person. So it'll be a pain. I'm out of magic. Because what you need is, the switch for it is there. You need somebody to get to the boss and activate the boss, and then get the boss into a specific position. And then activate it. Not that way. The boss of this game is the boss of this level is one of my least favourite bosses in the series. It's the final boss of Dawn of Sorrow. It's called Menace. Okay. There you go. That's what it does. And Menace isn't a difficult boss. The problem is it has like 3 points on its body that you can hit. And it's a huge boss, so most of the trouble is getting to a position where you can actually hit those points. Do I need a new cable for the capture card? Okay, route. Alright, I know where I'm going then. The hammer can be used a second time, but you need to pull the switch again to put it back into position. Great, Flea Man in there. Get rid of those, because when the boss gets up, all of these blocks are going to be destroyed. And I do not need to deal with Flea Man. You know what? It will be worth going for those 2 axe armors. The camera system in this game isn't great. It also zooms out. If you're playing local co-op, and the biggest thing to encourage you not to play local co-op, because this game isn't designed for it. The original Xbox 360 version didn't have it, and when they put it in, they didn't really take the time to make it work. Using single screen co-op. The screen will zoom out as you get a little further away, and you have no control over it. And it essentially makes the game really irritating to deal with. Damn. Am I gonna have to go back around? Maybe I can get up there? Nope. Alright, going back around. Another good reason to play it on co-op. At least I can get up there now. No, that's not going to help me. There's that block in the way. Okay, so back down there. Yeah, the boss, final boss of Dawn of Sorrow, if you get the good ending, called Menace. And it's just a pain to deal with. It's not difficult, it's just awkward. Okay, so head down. Well, look at it there. And like, you can't even tell what that is like that. Okay. That should allow me to get back out. So if you don't hit it in the specific... oh jeez. If you don't hit it in its specific weak spots, then it does 1 point of damage. And it has 3 weak spots. The knee, the heart, and then the face that's inside of its mouth. Right. There's your problem. Actually hitting the damn thing. It's gonna jump. Okay. And now, gonna walk forward. Can't get out that way. Shoots these things out, which are just irritating. Gonna jump backwards. Nope, just gonna jump basically in place, alright. Now it's gonna walk backwards. Okay, so get up there again. And like, this isn't the most difficult boss in the game, but it's easily the most irritating, and it's one that nobody really likes to deal with. And every one of the weak points can be destroyed. Once a weak point is destroyed, you need to move to one of the other weak points. Does this actually do anything if I hit it like that? No, I didn't think it did. And then it does stuff like that and moves too far away for you to actually hit. And now it's going to kick. Like in Dawn of Sorrow, where this game comes from, there is a bunch of platforms that can't be broken that make it pretty easy to get to all of its pieces to deal damage. This game, no. Take what you can get. So the face is destroyed. Now the biggest problem is going to be getting to the heart, because I don't think I'll be able to kill it before the leg, before its knee is destroyed.
Return to darkness.
There we go. Alright, that could have been worse. Where's the treasure chest? There it is. Basically every item that we get in here is useless to me because these are normal mode items and the best items drop from hard mode. Let's see, chapter 4. Acquiesce of Violence. Using Soma with one of his specific abilities, you can skip most of this stage. Let's try Shinoa.
Shall we?
When was the last time I played Shinoa? Well, I suppose that brings up the question, when was the last time I actually played this game? So, the boss of this game is Brawner, the main antagonist of Portrait of Ruin. I didn't actually check what we've got. That's all good. Ignis, Rondo, Fulgur, Tesco. And we have the fists, because that's the best weapon I've got, because getting weapons for Shinoa works differently from everybody else. Shinoa works by stealing glyphs from enemies. Only specific monsters use glyphs. It makes Shinoa a really awkward character to use. Because you'll need to farm specific enemies to get anything. That feels a lot more fiddly than it does in the actual game. Damn it cursed me. Well, at least that's not the same problem you have in Order of Ecclesia, the game Shinoa comes from. Because Shinoa's standard attacks in Order of Ecclesia take magic. And Curse drains all of your magic. So if you get cursed in Order of Ecclesia, you are defenseless. So that was a glyph that the enemy just used. Is that right? God, I don't even remember with this stage. You know what? If there's any stage I should actually use Soma with, it's this one. Because the layout is so confusing. And then you go into a painting that has a light on it, and that will send you to another area, and I do not remember the pathway through it. I remember the quickest way to the boss, and that requires me to use Soma's broken ability.
Move out.
So let's just do it. Don't really have anything against Shinoa, but getting new abilities for her is just really awkward. What have we got with Soma? Yorick, and that's level 9 Yorick, so that's the big skull. Disc armor. Gurgoth. Is that Gurgoth or the Beam Skeleton? And then Puppet Master, which is again a movement-based thing. And we got 2 weapons that I've set with Soma. This is a fist weapon, which is pretty powerful, and then this is the Spear of Longinus, which is more powerful but slower. The disc armor is really useful for getting a lot of these enemies. So what we want is to actually get up there, and the method of getting up there normally revolves around you essentially going around the entire stage. But do that. Bam, we're in there. Takes us up here, which gets us right near the boss room. And then the next thing we have to do is activate this platform to get up there, which will allow us to get into the boss room. So basically, anytime you play online co-op, somebody will be playing as Soma specifically for this reason. Because it allows you to do stuff like completely skip stuff like that. Oh boy, that's the poison ones. There we go. There we go. And like this entire stage is just a pain to get through without that. It's not just Soma that can do the jump kick off the Yorick skulls, any character can do it. So you'll see a Soma in basically every group. At least one Soma. And they'll throw out a Yorick and let everybody get up to the platform that's needed. I only played as Yoko for 14 minutes.
I'm ready.
Alright. Chapter 5. So this one is Death, and this has a unique gimmick. Death doesn't wait for you. Death will be going around the entire stage, but you can't actually deal damage to him. Wow, Jonathan is stiff. You can't deal damage to him until you get to the boss room. Jonathan has unique weapons, because in Portrait of a Room, it's not that he's stiff, he's slow. Damn, where's the next book? I don't have the speed shoes on there. But that does bring up an important point that's worth mentioning. If you play this game online, pretty much everybody you'll be playing this with has yeah, that's good. Will have speedy shoes on. There are three pairs of shoes in the game that will increase your speed. They're not particularly great for your stats, but everybody wears them because they let you get through the stage a lot quicker. And when you start this game, see there's Death throwing his sickles out, but we can't deal damage to him. You start this game and chances are you'll be left behind until you get lucky enough to get some speed shoes to drop. So I don't think any of this damage really counts. I think the most it'll do is send him back to the boss room. Jonathan is a very powerful character if you spend the time with him to learn him and to get some abilities for him, because his martial arts that are exclusive to him can do a lot of damage, and there's a lot of versatility there. There we go. Watch out for the ricochets. Okay, and get that meat. So what we need to do now is essentially get around to the other bite. Do you have to activate both bites? It's been so long since I've done this. See, those are both glyphs that Shinoa can steal. There we go. Yeah, it's one of the unfortunate truths of this game if you play it online. If you're just starting, you're going to get left behind because your character will not be able to keep up, because everybody else who you'll be playing with, if they've spent any real time with the game, will have speedy shoes on. Everybody does it. And it's something you unfortunately can't avoid. So if you want to actually do anything in the game, you need to be wearing speedy shoes, because everybody will leave you behind and kill everything themselves, so you'll just be running through the level slowly after them. Okay, so let me see the shoes. There we go. When was the last time I went through Jonathan's gear? Because, like, this is better. And we end up with an unfortunate thing if the game is still going. This doesn't pause anything. Okay, good. A little concern there. Elven Cape. No, that's basically the best. How about... Not worth it for the curse. Okay, let's go. So now we're moving faster. Although the boots we were wearing did give us better stats. Like, you really can't play the game like that. And beyond the fact that it takes ages to get anywhere, like you will be left behind. Where am I? Where do I need to go? Oh, it's a mimic. Alright, I see where I want to go. Yeah, generally when you're playing with other people are not going to wait for you. Why should they, really, I guess. So if you're going to spend time exploring level opening chests, which is only really worth it if you're very young in the game, if you've only recently started out, then chances are you'll find that the level is over and you've not even really noticed it or done anything. Because the goal of anybody who's spent any real time with this game is basically to get to the boss room, kill the boss, and that's it. Can I actually fight you? There we go, I was wondering what was going on there. Watch out for this. Get out of the way of that. Come on, just die. I'm tired of you already. Okay, didn't need a video glitch there. What is going on with this? Come on. Yeah, it's a really nice set of sickles. Don't really care. The Belmonts deal with that way easier than basically any other character. Nine, 10. I should have waited until it was closer for that. Alright, there we go. One more stage. Okay, so let's go with Alucard for this. Come, sweet hour of death. Now this one is a very simple... That's probably fine. This one is a very simple, straightforward run. Everybody starts in the same position and goes forward. There's no maze-like qualities, there's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. We start in the bottom left, we work our way up to Dracula in his throne room. So let's go. So this is the weapon that I ended up getting. This is the Asuna. We can use it while running, it's not great, and on hard mode, it's essentially worthless. The Valmon Way +1, like Soma and Alucard share a lot of their equipment. And the Valmon Way +1 will just do way more. But this is the best I ever got. There we go. Soma can deal with those guys a lot easier as well because one of the souls he can get is the Medusa soul, or the Medusa head soul, which essentially lets him hover in place. And when that head stops moving for you to just hit it, Soma can just hover in place and just keep pummeling it. And chances are, if you've got a decently equipped Soma, then it will do enough damage to kill it before it moves again. It really is worth making clear just how much more dangerous hard mode is than this mode, than normal. Because you'll go from, to unlock hard mode you have to complete the game, which requires going through all 6 of the standard stages. You start with the first stage unlocked, and then you go through, you unlock 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. 7 is unlocked from the beginning, but that's actually, it's originally a DLC soul, a DLC level. So you can access that whenever. But once you beat chapter 6, then you unlock hard mode. And hard mode from the off is so much harder. Like, unbelievably so. Come on. There we go, that's fine. You'll also generally never find people actually fighting these if you play online, unless they have no way of actually getting past it. And that's 3 minutes to Dracula.
Come, my son. Let us embrace.
Come on. So, standard Dracula. This is a Castlevania 3 attack, I think. It can be very dangerous. But the fight itself doesn't really get difficult until the 3rd phase. So this is another case of Soma with his Medusa head soul has a way easier time with this. Because he can just hover there and just keep hitting Dracula as fast as the weapon will actually come out. There we go, phase 2. So this one is somewhat easier because you can just keep doing that. The biggest problem is the damage output.
This is not the end.
And then this one is the real danger of the fight.
Gaze upon my dark form.
So it's all three forms from Symphony of the Night. And like this is a dangerous fight. It also has a unique attack. Like this is from Symphony of the Night, this attack. Use a super potion to heal, so I'm not actually going to die. It has its attacks from Symphony of the Night, but then it has a new attack, which is probably the biggest problem. You don't see it all that much because it's uncommon for anybody to be playing as one of the female characters. Because usually you're going to see Somas, a few Alucards, maybe a couple of Belmonts. It's not often you see anybody play as Charlotte, Maria, or Yoko, or Shinoa. But it has a charm ability that will remove control from anybody playing as a female character if it hits, and then you'll have to fight them as well until the charm runs off. But that's Castlevania Harmony of Despair, all 6 of the original stages. Really irritated about these video glitches that just kept happening. I have no idea what's wrong with it. The setup, I'll have to look into it. But that's it. I forgot we get credits here. So what we'll do is take a quick look at the other stages. We're not actually going to do them. Chapter 7, Beauty, Desire, Situation, Dire, is taken from the Pyramid map from Portrait of Ruin. The boss is a start from Portrait of Ruin. Chapter 8, The One Who Is Many, that is Legion from originally Symphony of the Night, though it's appeared in more recent games. It was a boss fight in Dawn of Sorrow as well. Specifically this sprite of it. And I think the entire map is taken from Symphony of the Night. Lord of Flies is taken from the castle entrance and alchemy laboratory of Symphony of the Night. The boss is Beelzebub. Chapter 10 is the entirety of the original Castlevania, and the boss is the original vampire, the original Dracula from the original game. And you do go through and fight off 6 of the original bosses from the original game. Although there is a skip in the level that people figured out. You can go, like you start on the bottom left and you work your way up, and once you get past Medusa, there's a new area, the long tower that connects to the top. You can use Soma to skip to the, like, glitch through the roof into the clock tower and then open it from the other side, and then you skip like almost 3/4 of the map. And then chapter 11, which I don't have, is I don't know exactly what it is. It's from a game called Getsu Fumaden, which was never released outside Japan. It's another Konami game. I don't know if it's a specific level or the entire game, but I don't really like it, and I don't really care for it, so I don't really have it. But that's Castlevania Harmony of Despair. We went pretty long with this one, doing all 6 chapters, but it was pretty fun. And with that, thank you for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. Catch you next time.